we're going to get into that match right here. So those we're getting into pre-ban right here. This is our very first match with TOPAV and BADOWNEY.
BADOWNEY could be looking to pre-ban like one of TOPAV's LDs in Yonghong or Ragdoll, probably a Yonghong, and then BADOWNEY, and then TOPAV is definitely going to be banning the Gianna, so he has extra bans looking down the line.
Here's those pre-bans right there. Audrey is going to be catching a pre-ban here for BADOWNEY, and Gianna getting a pre-ban from TOPAV. First pick for BADOWNEY.
I'm really surprised that Audrey got pre-banned because there's a lot of counters for Audrey being Gapsu and also many armor breakers and despair units.
Yep, there's that cigar you told me about there. That was going to be contested. It's the first pick from BADOWNEY. TOPAV looking to respond after seeing this cigar.
Yeah, because TOPAV plays with his LDs, either Ragdoll, Yonghong, Chandra, and Belajul, and they all support the cigar really well.
Wow, the Gapsu is going to get slammed down here by BADOWNEY with that Belajul as well.
Yeah, Gapsu being a good pick here because Gapsu, you don't want the other person to get Gapsu, but also a little bit early, now Topa has an angle towards picking more damage. But like, if he picks like a Federica, there's an awkward moment between Federica and Cigar, so you got to watch out for that.
Yep, looks like Masha is going to be potentially drafted by TOPAV. Let's see what this last pick is going to be.
I definitely
tick down.
Absolutely, I definitely like TOPAV's pick at Masha more than Federica, and also he took the Hey Gang away, so now BADOWNEY doesn't get the Hey Gang Belajul combo off.
Let's see what BADOWNEY's going to do. He's going to wrap up his draft with 2 last picks after seeing Masha and Hey Gang. Jongnam getting drafted by BADOWNEY, and we've got Zibala.
Yeah. Jongnam being a very fast unit that could be on Will. Also, we have to keep in mind that BADOWNEY likes playing a bruiser style. Also, the Zabala might be a little bit slower on Will as well.
Well, I don't know if we're going to potentially see a Josephine. I don't like Josephine too much anymore here, but Smicer looking like it may wrap up TOPAV's draft.
So this is really interesting watching BADOWNEY and TOPAV and how this meta shapes up because TOPAV brought in a lot of slower violent units, and you see on BADOWNEY's side potentially bringing in 5 violent units.
Ooh, well the bans are going to be getting locked in right here. Let's see what those bans are going to be, Thompson.
Yeah, Smicer being really scary in this pick. It looks like Smicer or Masha might be the ban for BADOWNEY, but Masha's going to stay because he has too many water threats.
Well, Zabala is going to catch a ban, and the other puppeteer, Smicer, is catching a ban. 24 speed lead for TOPAV, a defense lead of 44% for BADOWNEY. We have our very first match here, guys. TOPAV versus BADOWNEY. Hey, gang, kicking things off.
All eyes on Jongnam to see if Jongnam is able to land a 3rd skill.
Ooh, beautiful glancing is going to land across the entire field, getting some nice stuns on the Scout and the Jongnam here. We've got Masha with the fast link, looking for some defense break, big damage, going into the Belajul with a nice additional turn coming from it. Is Ragdoll going to have enough to drop this Belajul? And it is immediately dropping a unit down for BADOWNEY, but Scar is going to be proccing out with a big reset, going to be landing on top of that Chandra.
Yeah, but right now, TOPAV still has a wall of units to fight through. And also, once the Jongnam gets online, it's really hard to take down the Jongnam now that TOPAV doesn't have any will runes off.
Yeah, TOPAV definitely looking at attack bars there, trying to push stuff back from not moving. Beautiful additional turns coming from this Masha. Masha pummeling the damage on top of the Scar. Scar is still alive, though.
Yeah, this shows a little weakness in BADOWNEY's draft, drafting the Gapsu a little bit early, and TOPAV bringing in units that is not worried about Gapsu.
Yeah, Gapsu got a nice little stun there, landing on top of the Ragdoll, slowing him down, but the additional turns are still rolling in for TOPAV. No stun's going to be landing on top of the Jongnam, a little bit of attack bar pushback for sure, but you can watch this Masha pummeling in that damage on top of Siga.
Yeah, I think the Masha might have proc, so now we're just looking to see if BADOWNEY gets a proc back.
No, Jongnam with full skills available, going for a big skill 3, looking for AoE stuns, not stunning up that Hey Gang though. Fastly comes out, drops Cigar, BADOWNEY down to 2 units left here. He needs to get rid of some units to try and even things out, but keep in mind, when Masha does get dismounted, it's not dead just yet.
Yeah, the double Heavy Lord really providing lots of heals.
Oh, man, beautiful double despair stun coming from TOPAV. Super, super impressive. BADOWNEY, you can see the look on his face that was a bad situation. There's more stuns rolling out there. There's just not too much BADOWNEY can do with getting absolutely locked down by TOPAV.
Yeah, it looked like TOPAV had the Gianna because like Hey Gang was just Gianni, BADOWNEY the whole game.
That entire game right here. Fast Link comes in doing a ton of damage, and we've got Chandra following up. The defense break sitting on top of the Gapsu. Gapsu is going to get dropped out here. Jongnam all alone in TOPAV on full assault.
Yeah, the Masha doing way too much.
Oh, man. Yeah, so much damage from TOPAV. There's the hug going out on Masha, protecting that unit here. There's the third skill, trying to keep up that slow there. Looking to push back more attack bars. So many Despair Stuns are raining out here. Faslix looking to drop that unit. TOPAV with a round 1 victory. Oh, that is fantastic.
In round 2, you know that BADOWNEY will be getting the Gianna back online, so then it's really interesting to see who TOPAV is going to ban. BADOWNEY could be angling at banning another one of TOPAV's LD. I don't think BADOWNEY will be banning Audrey anymore.
Yeah, so Audrey, Gianna, they are available. Is getting to round number 2 there, and there's the Hey Gang, oof, and Julianne catching pre-bans here in round number 2.
Yeah. Great pre-ban by BADOWNEY. Pre-banning that Hey Gang, that leaves Topa almost no answers for the Gianna, except for maybe a Josephine, maybe a Juno, but that's about it.
Yeah, let's see what those picks are going to be from TOPAV. He has the first pick. Let's see what he chooses to potentially take away from Downey. Is it the Cigar? And it is Cigar. Cigar's going to get drafted by TOPAV. But Downey very quick to respond with Chandra and Veladril.
Yeah, Cigar being really great, but Chandra Veladril is really good, but not as good without Hey Gang as well, because Hey Gang really rounds up the Veladril.
Yep, let's see what TOPAV is going to be doing here. The trio has been split. Chandra Vel on one side, Cigar on the other.
Yeah.
TOPAV's 2 picks here.
In this matchup, you're not going to see TOPAV contest for speed too much unless he picks the Yonghong, because BADOWNEY has a... so now TOPAV is going to be going for the speed contest.
There it is. The 33 speed lead for TOPAV comes out, pairs it up with Yonghong. BADOWNEY bringing out Ragdoll himself here. Let's see what this other pick is going to be here. It looks like we're pivoting into maybe turn 2.
BADOWNEY loves playing that slower bruiser style, but picking the Ragdoll a little bit early into not a lot of units that Ragdoll could counter is questionable, but we'll see how the draft pans out, because we're not sure if TOPAV is going to bring something else that we don't know about. Maybe BADOWNEY did his homework.
Yeah, there's that Juno pick that you were talking about here, so I'm curious if TOPAV knows that the Gianna is potentially the last pick here for BADOWNEY. So Miles and Zabala, very fast units here being drafted by TOPAV.
Ooh. Yeah, that Leo's not even going to be there if the Leo's been picked.
Yeah, Leo is going to be picked here. Leo probably on the ban list already.
Leo's gone. So now BADOWNEY, knowing that the Leo's going to be gone, he could play mind games with TOPAV. He could either ban the Miles or the Yonghong, even though the Leo is there to counter Miles and Yonghong. And Zabala.
Yeah, and Zabala as well. But it looks like Leo is going to be banned. We thought it was going to happen. Miles catching that ban here. 33 speed lead for TOPAV, 24 speed lead for BADOWNEY. We have round number 2 right here. TOPAV and BADOWNEY. Let's get into it, guys.
I think all eyes would be on Juno this round, because Juno counters all the units across on TOPAV's side. So TOPAV is going to look to try to finish off this Juno as early as possible, or the other fire unit in Veladril.
Oh, so Yonghong with a beautiful strip there on top of the Veladril. That reason's coming out here, and it does get resist. Oh no, he did get the cooldown there on top of the Veladril.
Yeah, but picking Ragdoll means you're going to take the second turn. Again, we haven't seen any value from Ragdoll just yet.
Yeah, not just yet. A little bit of poke damage coming towards Yonghong. Yonghong might be the unit of focus right now for BADOWNEY, and I believe that is what's happening here. Potentially applying some glancing to maybe slow down the damage from either Chandra or maybe even Ragdoll.
Yonghong is the unit to focus on, because Yonghong is the unit that's going to deal the most damage through armor break from Cigar.
Lands a defense break, but no provoke. Going to be landing on top of Ragdoll here. No glancing is going to get applied here. Maybe going for the AoE to slow TOPAV down. He does go for the AoE. Does get 2 stuns there, landing on top of Oliver and that Cigar.
Yeah, but we have to note that Yonghong has second skill up, so all eyes on Yonghong.
Well, let's see what happens here. That defense break is going to be shaking off this on Ragdoll here. We only have a first skill that is going to heal up the Yonghong quite a bit, so here's that skill too. We could actually go for the strip there on top of the Juno, and we do. Big damage goes towards Yonghong. Things are swinging in BADOWNEY's favor right now as he drops the unit away from TOPAV. Yeah,
looking really good for BADOWNEY. BADOWNEY drafting way better this time. Unfortunately, the Ragdoll didn't proc on an armor break unit, but Juno was still able to follow up with the kill on good damage. A 3K per hit on an armor broken unit.
Yeah, nice little reset there against the attack bar on top of Ragdoll. AoE freeze is going to be coming out there, but Juno's not going to care too much about it at all. But there's the reset, looking to push that attack bar back on Ragdoll. Despair Stun's going to be landing on top of the Cigar. Cigar's going to come out with a provoke there. Yeah,
that's the problem. Like, Ragdoll didn't look too great in this draft, Stoic, but like, Ragdoll's so good. It does damage and reflex damage. It's still there as having value. Ragdoll's such a great unit, Stoic. Yep. I'm a fan.
Exactly that, exactly that. Well, TOPAV is running out of a little bit of damage, definitely running out of time as units going to be dropping shortly. Cigar is going to be dropping here, but we do have first skill. He can put it on top to heal up that Cigar just a little bit there, but opting to boost up himself instead.
So I'm living and learning too. I thought BADOWNEY should have pre-banned Young Hong, but he let Young Hong through and picked a second turn unit in Leo, which counters both Young Hong and Miles, and he drafted this perfectly.
Yeah, TOPAV definitely in a very rough situation right now. It's very tough to get through all these units and this lack of damage because all we have is Oliver. Oliver looking to soak up so much attack bar and try to do what kind of damage that he can. It's a very tough situation.
Yeah, well, the true win came from BADOWNEY picking 2 fire units into TOPAV's 2 water units. TOPAV responding with 2 water units, but failing to realize that he had to ban the Leo. He's not going to put his tournament on the line and not ban the Leo.
Yeah, well, BADOWNEY's looking amazing right now as it's just that right there. In round 2 victory, BADOWNEY gets his victory on the board.
Great drafting by BADOWNEY. Good match overall.
Well, let's see what happens. We get into round number 3 right here. So pre-bans will be locked in shortly.
Yeah, I'm really wondering when we're going to see BADOWNEY's Gianna.
I do think Gianna's going to be in the next pre-ban right here. So there's your Hagen, there's your Julian. They're available as we get into round number 3 right here. So let's see what happens in the pre-ban because I do think Gianna, potentially even Yan Hong catching a pre-ban here.
Yeah, Young Hong is a great pre-ban, good call, but we are not going to see an Audrey pre-ban from now to the end of the match.
Yep, well, BADOWNEY with first pick. It's probably going to be that cigar. It's bouncing back and forth with these guys.
Let's see who BADOWNEY is going to pick. Takes the Chandra from TOPAV.
It's a good take. We're probably going to see them split. Does not split. Cigar is going to be on TOPAV's side. He's taking the Ragdoll away from BADOWNEY. He's going to go with that Vela Jewel. So we go Chandra, Vela. Let's see what this next pick is going to be.
Yeah, Vela is also a great pick. But really questionable that BADOWNEY went a little bit aggressive with Water Twin Angel, really angling towards a Julian. Now, TOPAV is going to have to be very careful with this Julian pick. BADOWNEY picking the Water Twin Angel into the Ragdoll means that he's looking to take that first turn.
Ooh, I think we might be seeing BADOWNEY wrap up his draft with like a Sonya Julianne potentially here. That could actually be very, very aggressive here.
I feel like Hagang is going to do too much in this round. We're going to have to really see BADOWNEY weave around Hagang, figuring out how to deal with the Hagang on Topa's side.
No, Topa does lock in Hagang, and then he locks in the Miles. Miles can definitely be extremely volatile, especially that buff, that second skill, getting so many stuns now.
I understand that BADOWNEY has a lot of water units, but Topa is definitely trying to round up his draft with a Masha, because that's probably one of the best units that Topa could bring to synergize with Hagang.
Let's see what that last pick is going to be here, because BADOWNEY did wrap up his draft. It was the Julianne, it was the Gapsu. Angela is going to be the last pick for TOPAV.
I actually don't really like Angela here, and the Angela didn't need to be pre-banned that much because Angela is really good into AoE stuff, and BADOWNEY don't really have much AoE stuff.
No, 24 speed lead for BADOWNEY, and I believe it was a defense lead for TOPAV. Let's get into it, guys. Round 3! And Water Twin Angels kicking things off here for BADOWNEY.
Also, I really didn't like the win. I didn't like the Angela ban because he also has a Gapsu, and Gapsu will bring Angela incremental value. Angela will bring Gapsu incremental value.
Nice little stun there, landing on top of the Chandra. Hagang, the skills available, looking to glance everybody, gets the Despair stun on top of the Veladriel. Like you said, putting in way too much work. Cigar getting the AoE reset, or I'm sorry, reset on top of the Veladriel with AoE provoke, landing across the table here.
TOPAV's Hagang always managed to stun the right unit.
The right unit nails it, absolutely does there. Beautiful additional turns coming from Miles. Miles looking for stun on top of the Chandra, gets that. Nothing's to be happening to that Cigar there, though.
And I do understand the mentality behind picking Water Twin Angel, but in this match, I would rather see him taking the Bella and also the Hagang away from Topa, so Topa won't have the Hagang to counter BADOWNEY.
Yeah, Bella with a nice little proc there, but not having any skills available. The branding is going to be landing on top of this Miles. We do have some skills available for a little bit of attack or pushback. Not landing too much on that Cigar there, but more attention going towards these Water Twin Angels.
TOPAV smells blood. TOPAV saw the low HP on Water Twin Angel and just went in on it.
Yep, there's a defense break at the provoke, landing on top of Chandra. Defense break looking to land on the Miles, not getting it there, but the additional turns coming out here. We could be hugging that Veladriel, try to get that attention off of him.
Duly noted that Chandra is on fire.
Violent Chandra here for BADOWNEY. Looking for that AoE, wants to land anything that he can. Does get a full team slow, though.
Yeah, noted that Miles got slowed by Chandra, and his damage won't be as optimal as it should be.
Yep, well, Chandra is not taking that damage very well right now. It's looking very grim right now for Badowny. And there's the Hagang. Like you said, putting in a ton of work. Everybody's going to be glanced up here. We've got the third skill once again landing on top of that Veil Jewel. Does get reset. Everyone's provoked up as well.
Now Miles don't have soul anymore, and this is when you see Miles perform.
Ooh, Ragdoll slamming in the damage. It looks like Chandra is going to be getting dropped here by this Saga.
Yeah, Badowny playing his style a little bit more bruisery, a little bit more defensive. But I felt like he went a little bit more out of his realm when he drafted the Water Twin Angel a little bit earlier.
Yep, Badowny trying to do all that he can right now. Beautiful branding landing on top of this Miles, really trying to slow it down there. Does get that stun from the Gapsu, but Hagang so quick to despair stun right back, landing on top of that Veil Jewel, so more damage is going to be going in. We have a defense break sitting on top of the Gapsu with big damage coming from Ragdoll here.
Also, I don't know if I should be saying this, but does he know Topa doesn't have Water Twin Angel?
No, potentially. We'll find out later on, but here's that damage going right back into the Gapsu. There's the dot sitting on top, but it's not going to matter too much. Gapsu's able to drop that Miles, so it's very fortunate right now for Badowny because he's doing all that he can to stay alive.
Yeah, Badowny's not out of it, but he will need a lot of procs coming from Gapsu, so he gets the heal and also the damage. So right now, TOPAV will be trying to finish off this Gapsu. Once the Gapsu is finished off, it will be a little bit easier for TOPAV. He will need a proc right here, right now.
Oh, let's see what happens because Gapsu's looking super low. Big torrent damage coming out there. Does drop that Gapsu, and TOPAV locking in. You can see the fist in the air. He's waving it because he's looking at that round 3 victory right here.
Very close game. It came down to the wire. Gapsu didn't stun, Gapsu didn't proc, and that was a nail in the coffin for Badowny.
Yeah, so all that damage directly going into the Veil Jewel. Veil Jewel trying to do all he can. Looking for the defense break. Land on Scar. Does get it here, though. A little bit of attack bar pushback here. No Despair Stun's going to be landing on top of that Veil Jewel, but Ragdoll is going to be pummeling that damage. It's going to be dropping right there. TOPAV with a round 3 victory.
Yeah, like on the pre-ban, because we have to see who gets first pick. You kind of don't want either or to get first pick Cigar. So like right now, because TOPAV has first pick, you could see Badowny maybe angling to pre-ban the first pick and take a Chandra or Vela from TOPAV.
Nope, those are pre-bans from last time, guys. That's the Yanhong and that's the Gianna. So let's see what happens with the new pre-bans as we get into match point with TOPAV.
I would like a Cigar Julian pre-ban, but I could be wrong about Cigar.
Ooh, there's the Hagang and Chandra getting pre-banned here. I do think Badowny's going to go down the route of some sort of Gianna team.
Yeah, or also Julian, because Julian is a damage dealer that's hard for TOPAV to deal with.
Well, Topa is taking that Ragdoll away as his first pick up against Badowny. Badowny free to take that Cigar away from TOPAV. We could be seeing a Cigar Gianna this time.
Yeah, Ragdoll is very good news for Cigar and also Gianna.
Ooh, we're going to see the Vanessa. We're going to see the Juno. So Juno, one of those units you brought up there for handling, or TOPAV's way of handling this Gianni.
But that's okay because Badowny has volatility coming from the Julian. So Badowny's not really afraid of Juno so far.
Well, Oliver looks like it was being drafted, gets taken away. Maybe a Water Twin Angels to pair up with the Julianne. So Water Twin Angels gets locked in with the Julianne here.
Yeah, you could tell Badowny is really looking at picking the Chandra, but the Chandra wasn't there, so he flashed to Oliver, went into the Water Twin Angel.
Well, TOPAV needs to wrap up his draft here. He knows that Water Twin Angels, Julian, they're locked in. He's got one last pick for Badowny here. Gapsu looks like it's going to get drafted by TOPAV. Let's see what happens with this last pick.
Water Twin Angel being the best water speed lead for Badowny to pick over Ryu because Chandra was getting banned. Water Ryu not being that good into Ragdoll, but Water Ryu could also put attack break into Ragdoll. So interesting pick on Water Twin Angel.
Yeah, another interesting pick here with this Nana, wrapping up TOPAV's draft here when he went Gapsu Nana. So are we conceding to potentially losing a unit? Why we wanted to have that Nana protect us?
Right now, Badowny could be angling at Badowny could be angling at banning the Gapsu and then playing around that because right now Gapsu is going to do too much for TOPAV, countering the Julian.
Yeah, one of the old school presidents getting drafted here. Tessarian making his way into the draft here in SWC 2024.
Tessarian is really great into all of TOPAV's unit, but we're afraid of Tessarian's unreliability.
Yeah, with the Water Twin Angels catching a ban there, Ragdoll catching a ban, 33 speed lead for TOPAV, an attack lead for Badowny. TOPAV is at match point, guys. Here we go. Badowny looking to stay alive.
The most enthralling pick in this draft will be Tessarian to see if Tessarian will land any, will proc or land any Oblivions on TOPAV's side. Once the Oblivion is landed, it's going to be really easy for Badowny to finish off TOPAV.
Ooh,
wow.
Despair, Nana, always landing Despair in the right place, right, Thompson?
Looks like the Summoners War Gods has blessed someone.
There's more damage going directly into this Gianna here, but we do have Cigar with skills available. Looking for a reset to push back a little bit of attack bar. Gain some control here over TOPAV.
Yeah, for BADOWNEY has to really figure out how to weave his way through TOPAV's passive units, because Tessarion can only attack one unit at a time. Good choice on obliterating the Gapsu, because Gapsu will set the heal and the cleanse.
Yeah, well, Gianna's looking a little low right now. Luckily, everybody was provoked, so BADOWNEY doesn't have to worry too much of his Gianna getting knocked out. Well, Juno's coming. Ooh.
Great Oblivion, that means that Juno will not be stunned and maybe he'll get another turn.
Yep, but we do have 2 orbs here on the side of TOPAV, so Nana putting in that use right now. We do have Vanessa able to revive things back as well. So Provoke is landing on top of this Gapsu. Gapsu looking a little low, but beautiful additional turns healing him up so much.
That was a huge proc because BADOWNEY is really hoping that the Oblivion stuck on the Gapsu.
Yeah, so right now, just all that sustain, all that life here for TOPAV. This is a big problem for BADOWNEY, because BADOWNEY's trying to keep himself alive here.
I thought BADOWNEY should have tried to deal with the Gapsu, pre-ban the Gapsu, and deal with the other unit, but he was still scared of Ragdoll.
Yeah, so he has the Oblivion landed on top of the Nana, but Vanessa is going to be bringing back that Gapsu. Gapsu's trying to drop one, well, not going to drop that Cigar just yet, though, but more additional turns, man. Drops out that Cigar right there, and I just don't know what BADOWNEY has left in the tank here, because there's just so many forms of revive. Despair Stun's going to be landing on top of that Tessarion. More damage, and just look at the healing that TOPAV has for his team. He drops that last unit. More additional turns going to be raining out here. TOPAV is going to be moving forward in today's tournament.